Okay, so we're going to be talking today about how to activate your segments through Google. First, we appended our customer data to our segments. We analyze who are our best customers, and now we're going to activate that in a campaign. We're going to be going through a lot of things in this tutorial. First thing is how to retarget your segments across the Google ecosystem. How do you use the taxonomy for audience creation, where you want to place your ads, the influencer, YouTube accounts you want to place your ads, and how you use real-time insights for ad activation, and finally, how to geo-target your ads. Let's talk about the Google ecosystem for a second. So it's massive. It's totally different than like Facebook or Twitter. You have search, display, and YouTube where you could be deploying ads. And the process will look basically what we have here. So first you'll create a campaign. You'll choose an audience filter. So what interests you want to target, the demographic filter. You'll choose where you want to place those ads. And finally, where you want to geo-target those ads. And what's great about the personalized taxonomy, it really plays a part in Google, more so than some of the other social advertising platforms. So just a thought here. It is June the 23rd of 2021. Things could change. Google is in the middle of releasing their flock methodology. But I'm going to guess the things here at the bottom are going to say pretty consistent. One thing I'm going to mention is, you know how you can upload a customer list to Facebook? You can also do that with Google, but they actually recently changed it so that you can only do that if you have spent over $50,000 within their ads platform, which pretty much takes out any small, medium business. But no worries, you can still find your segments within Google, and I'm going to go through how to do that today. First, we're going to talk about uploading that customer list. So if you are spending over $50,000, you can do that. And I also want to set this up for our ABC insurance company. So similar to previous examples, they found an premium insurance product that they want to sell, and only certain customer segments are responding positively to that. So they want to target those customer segments. And so they created some personalized creative at a group level. So we have 3 different campaigns that we want to deploy. So let's talk about retargeting those segments across Google. Like I said, if you have over $50,000 in ad revenue or ad spend within Google, this becomes very easy. All you have to do is export that customer list. ABC Insurance has about 306,000 contacts in the family outpost segment, and they just import that directly into Google, and Google allows you to match on name, email, and uniquely postal address, which is pretty cool. So to do that, all you do is you go to Tools within your Google Ads Manager. You go to Shared Library, and then you go to Audience Manager. And similar to other platforms, all you have to do is you upload the CSV and then map email to email, name to name, postal address to postal address. Okay, so if you haven't spent $50,000 within Google, you can also still get these segments, and you'll use the taxonomy to do that. The first thing is demographics. So we're going to look at the taxonomy for a family outpost, and we find things that are really clear here. So they're age 45 to 54, make high income, and they tend to be parents. And so we can hit those exact demographics by creating a campaign and filtering those demographics within Google Ads. So now we got a check mark on the right demographics. This is where the taxonomy becomes really helpful. It's pretty cool. So audience creation, this is basically the interests of the people that you want to target. So this is what Google says. I got a little screenshot here, different audience targeting options. So once you've identified interests, needs, behaviors, and goals of your audience, you can define who your audience will be for a particular campaign. Hold up, how do you do that? So Google kind of leaves you hanging here. The taxonomy can be really helpful for this. It'll hit all those points. So let's get some audience insights from our family outpost segments. We can see through physical visitation via mobile data that they're visiting the Goddard School. So we're going to use that as an insight. If we look at their following data, the brands they follow, we can see they're following Lululemon and Stitch Fix. They watch things like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And they talk about things like hashtag date night, back to school, and running. And all you have to do is take some of those top level insights that make family outposts what they are, and then group those things together. And then we have an an interest segment essentially. And all you have to do is pull in a custom audience anytime you're running a campaign, and then you can hit people with those exact interests. So right now we got a check mark on the right demographics and the right interests that we know we want to hit this family outpost segment. And this is another thing that's really cool that you can do within Google is you can also hit people that are in market. So I'm also going to ask Google to hit people that are in market for insurance. Okay, let's use the taxonomy channels for ad placement. This is where I think the taxonomy really soars because it's just very apparent where to place your ads. So in the channel section of the taxonomy, we can see that family outposts, those folks, they read magazines like Christianity Today, visit websites like TripAdvisor, ESPN.com, ABC, Golf Digest, etc. We can actually just type in those URLs for placements within our Google campaign to make sure that our ads show up on those exact websites. So this makes us really smart about our advertising spend. So now we got right demographics, right interests, in market, and the right channels to connect them. This is pretty fun. So using influencers for YouTube placement. So we can see in the influencers tab in taxonomy that family outposts are following Jimmy Buffett, 21 Pilots, Dave Ramsey, and Chip and Joanna Gaines. So you better bet when we want to show up on the Margaritaville YouTube channel, as well as the Magnolia YouTube channel with Chip and Joanna Gaines. Okay, and then lastly, how to use real-time insights for placement. So I noticed here that the family outpost, we're talking about a new movie trailer for the movie A Quiet Place. And so what I went ahead and did is I found that trailer within YouTube, so the actual video, and we're going to deploy our advertisements to these people on that video. So this is something that they're talking about, this segment's really interested in real time. So now we have right demographics, right interest in the market for insurance, right channels, and now we're actually hitting something which is real, live, real time. So we're hitting them at the right time. And then finally, how to GeoTarget ads. This is really easy within Google. We're going to use Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky for this, but you can also just do a radius around a location as well. Okay, so just to review, we created a campaign. We talked about audience filtering using customer list or just building it manually through the taxonomy, using demographics to filter, how to use a taxonomy for ad placement, and then finally, how to geo-target. That's it.